Hello everyone, Blind Metal Gamer here. I would like to give my thoughts on why accessibility matters. And before I do, I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Skull and D-Pad for inspiring me to make this video. Now, you're probably wondering, why is accessibility so important? Accessibility is important because it helps people with disabilities in all facets of life, be it entertainment, employment, education, etc. Today I'm going to focus on my love as a gamer and how accessibility has helped me when it comes to gaming. Now, for those of you who do not know, I am visually impaired. I only see out of my right eye with no vision in the left. And my vision in the right eye is not perfect. Now, you're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, what does that got to do with gaming? Well, accessibility has helped me be able to play a lot of the greatest games that are on PlayStation. Yes, I'm a PlayStation gamer, and here's why. They care about accessibility. Sony cares about accessibility in their video games, and what does that do? That helps tap into an untapped market share, that being the disability consumer or customers who have disabilities. Now, studios that are very, very good at this are Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Ubisoft, and many, many others. Now, there are some studios like Capcom, Arc System Works, Namco, Bandai Namco, and some others that need to improve things. I'm not going to say they're bad because they're learning. But I do want to say that if they are by chance watching this, I'm not throwing any shade at anyone. I just said, they need to, maybe learn from Insomniac or Naughty Dog or Sucker Punch about how to improve their fighting games for accessibility. Now, I would like to share a story. I picked up a game called Severed Steel. Severed Steel is a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and I believe Nintendo Switch and PC first-person shooter where the protagonist has one arm. She gets one of her arms cut off in the beginning. Now, you're probably wondering what this has to do with accessibility. Well, I pick up the game and notice there's a lot of great features. Large text, slow-mo for stunts such as sliding and jumping. There's enemy highlights, things like that. Now, the one thing I did notice, there was no navigational assistance. So I reached out to the developer. I find the developer on Twitter, and I reach out to them. And I suggested, hey, your game is great. Here's some suggestions to help you make it better. Here's some ways to make the game better in terms of accessibility. Some of the features I suggested were menu narration for those with low vision who cannot read the menus. I also suggested navigational assistance, and my inspiration was BioShock Infinite. Yes, a game that was remastered on PS4. I sent the developer my entire Let's Play BioShock Infinite playlist so that way they can look at that video or those videos and see what I was talking about. So they get back with me. You must be referring to the Green Arrow. Yes. And I explained maybe instead of just having that navigational piece, have an audio system as well, where it'll make a sound like woo, and then when you get closer to your objective, it'll make a different sound like ring or something like that. Different audio cues to let the player know. And then they asked, well, what about making the objective markers bigger and brighter? I said, sure, bring it on, do it. And they said, and I also suggested lock on for shooting. I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, that's not going to work for that game. My thought is this, if you need the lock on mechanic to shoot and aim, that'll help even more players play this already great game. So the developer said if they add anything in a patch, they're going to give me a heads up. So that's awesome. Now, as far as accessibility, I really, really am curious to see what other developers are doing, like Volition with Saints Row, the reboot, which is coming out August 23rd. I'm curious to see what Thymesia is going to be like. WWE 2K22, when I bought that, it had no accessibility. So I'm curious if AEW Fight Forever will have accessibility features built into the game. I plan on picking that up and checking that out for you guys. Also, Diablo II Resurrected. I've got that, and I was disappointed by that game's accessibility. I was looking forward to a mini narrator, and we didn't get that. So hopefully they'll put that in the future. There's always hope. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what some of these, like Street Fighter 6, that's going to be interesting. I know it's going to have auto easy inputs. It's going to have easy inputs for special moves, and combos, which is great because that's going to, again, tap into a new consumer base, those with disabilities who need that type of accessibility. I know a lot of the hardcore Street Fighter players or hardcore fighting game fans, oh my god, Blind Metal Gamer, that's blasphemous. No, it's not. This is a new age we're living in here, folks. Accessibility is king, and it is reigning supreme in the gaming world. Now, granted, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. For example, Grand Theft Auto, I'm talking to you. The reason why I do not play Rockstar games, such as Grand Theft Auto, lack of accessibility. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't be opposed to playing a Rockstar game. I just want to wait and see, like with Grand Theft Auto 6, or whatever they're working on next, what the accessibility will be like, and what the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes. I'm pretty sure their accessibility will be great, but again, I want to just sit back and see what's up, like with God of War Ragnarok. I know what accessibility is coming to that game, but I'm not going to get it at launch because I want to see how it does in terms of accessibility. Now, to close, I would like to give, these are my top 3 studios that are doing great at accessibility. Number 1, Naughty Dog. Number 2, Insomniac. Number 3, Ubisoft. Now, I'm not saying other studios do poorly at accessibility or completely exclude it. Now, there are some games that don't have accessibility, and I get, some games have smaller budgets and smaller studios, such as the Spiders games. I understand that. I'm fully aware of that. So, I'm not, knocking them or throwing shade, but it would be cool. This is just a perfect, if I had my vision of a perfect gaming world, it would be cool if Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo would focus their efforts on accessibility, like, okay, Metroid Dread. Skull and D-Pad mentioned this in his video. Metroid Dread's accessibility, it's practically non-existent. If that game were to be made more accessible, it would be great, because then you would have more people that could play. So, what I'm trying to say is, accessibility matters because it opens up opportunities for more people to enjoy great games and more things in life. This has been Blind Metal Gamer saying, so long everyone, and peace out.
Viewfinder, 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 viewfinder. Stop recording video.